Greater Good Radio. Connect, learn, heal, and grow.
The other thing that I think is super fascinating is really the past couple, 3 years, really, I think these trends were happening, but really accelerated by the pandemic, right?
Or by AI.
Yeah, well, the pandemic sent everyone home. Everyone realized I can work from home, and companies realized we can function from home. And think about if the pandemic had hit 5, 7 years earlier, a lot of that technology capability would not really have been widespread. We would have had a real problem economically. But the pandemic hit when it hit. People went home. People found that they could get their jobs done as well as have a lot more home life, a lot more flexibility. And that was a good thing. Now, companies want increasingly people to come back to work. Increasingly, people don't want to come back to work. And so that's a problem. And then, to your point, what's crashing down on everything right now, like feels like in the last 12 months, call it, right, is AI, which has been around for a long time, but I think is finally beginning to seize its moment in time, right?
Yeah.
And the combination of people's work preferences, age cohort changeouts, and AI, I think fundamentally changes how labor gets done in lots of different industries. I mean, I think if we think forward 5 years, certainly 10 years, like how we do things today will be radically different from how things are done, in the future.
So if you were entering the workforce now, or maybe you'd been in for, 5, 6 years, what would be the things that you would be focusing on right now, knowing what you know?
Anything that a computer can't do well, right? I mean, so AI is really computers doing more things and doing more things better, right? That's basically it, right? But will a computer ever be able to motivate a team? Doubtful. Will a computer ever be able to truly, drop in that creative element or creative juice into a process or a product or a service? Doubtful. Will a computer ever be able to have the empathy to understand when an organization's not feeling great and really needs to, take a step back and think about what do we need to do culturally as an organization to get ourselves on a better track? I don't think computers will ever be able to do that. So I think for the human race, we need to recognize that the inventory of things that computers will take on is going to grow dramatically, right up into lots of high white collar spaces. And, so for our kids, and, our kids are about the same age, they've got to be thinking about that. And, if they don't want to be replaced by a computer, then they've just got to think through to what are the requisite skills that, computers just aren't going to get to. And there are lots of them, and they're more interesting things, and they're higher value things, but they've got to consciously push in that direction, I think.
If you resonate with Greater Good Radio, please join our community at www.greatergoodradio.com, where you can get access to exclusive content and offerings. Hope to see you soon.